Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Mouse Ears and Magical Chats. Today you get me and Jess. No Jenny
It's just
today.
Jess.
Just Jess. I was reading it. Uh yeah. Jenny is busy tonight and I just wanted to get a little bit of our trip out there to you guys. And tonight we wanted to talk about Jollywood
Oh,
Nights. I know, I kept it. Did you keep yours?
I have it, and I have my departing thank you gift that they gave us on the way out of the park too.
Yeah, but I'm not as impressed with that. But isn't it funny? I really like their little brochure. I like that
It's
as
cute.
Gertie. Yeah,
It's super cute. I don't know where I put mine, but she's here somewhere. I have a folder of Disney paper from over the years of like
yeah,
passports from festivals and brochures from parties, and I do like to look at them. Someday I'm
yeah.
gonna like Scrooge McDuck them out on the floor and like swim in them, and just
Please
like
do. Please do.
swim in the memories of trips past.
Oh, so I think this is the second year of Jollywood Nights. Last year was kind of an epic fail. So Disney, I feel like they upped the ante. What is your initial feelings like coming back from Jollywood? Is it a hit or a miss?
I didn't go last year, so this was my first year, and I think we played it right because I thought it was a great event. I loved it.
So too.
I'm like pretty easy though. Disney's got me. It takes like a lot for me to be super critical, but this was like genuinely a really fun event, and I felt like the park was not very crowded.
Hmm.
There were a lot of like I love the shows. We'll talk about all the things, but I just loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And I have to go back because I wasn't able to wear my sparkly outfit. I have sparkle ears tonight to
Yes.
commemorate the shirt that wasn't. Maybe I can send you that picture of me from my dress rehearsal when I had the Mickey hands. I was at home trying on the sparkle outfit. You guys, it was too cold in Florida. It was
Yeah.
too cold
It was way too
to wear
cold.
my cute outfit.
Was it like 49 ish? Yeah. It was cold and we all had these really cute like 50s outfits. She had a sparkle outfit. There don't get me wrong, there were some people that still went all out. Like I saw a woman in a sparkle gown, but like, no top piece, like it ended here, and I was like, ah, I can't. It's too
Yeah.
cold.
I stopped one person. I just told her she looked great, which was the truth, but then it hit me that she looked like an Oscar. Like
Oh, she
she was
did.
like the golden statue. Like she was in this beautiful golden dress. And I think like in our culture, and I speak as a person who wears joggers because I work from home, um, we don't get to dress up much. So
Yeah.
like both of these parties, but especially Jollywood Nights, felt fancy and it felt special and like a little bit of an extra dress up
Hmm.
chance that we don't get very often. I thought that was cute. I loved people's outfits, even if mine didn't make it. I'll wear it next year.
Yeah, I was hoping for the outfit, especially it was like Dapper Days that weekend, so I felt a little dapper, but it's all good. Even without our beautiful outfits, I thought it was definitely a hit for me. So if you are recommending this, as your travel agent self to people, would you recommend it to families, to like friends, like adults? Like how would you describe this to people interested?
I think it depends. When I was talking to my husband about it, it felt like an adult,
Mhm.
like an event that was more elevated, like more adulty. So for the special things, for the shows and all the there were some unique characters, all the cool photo pass opportunities, like the extra things outside of the rides, that if you were focusing on those things, I think it's an adult event, and it's expensive. And like if your kids aren't going to hang until what was it, 12:30 that it went
Yeah,
until,
yeah, I think it was.
um it's a lot of money, and if you can't hang until the end, maybe save your money for other stuff. That said, the rides had like no waits. So
Yeah.
you could treat it as an after hours if you're going as a family and you want or you have a kid that you know loves Slinky and wants to rewrite it. Like this is the chance, this kind of event, and after hours like this is a chance to just ride those rides. Like you could do that too. And there's nothing, it's still Disney. It's still family friendly. Like there's nothing, when I say adult and you say the lady had no top on, like
Yeah, that sounds
she was,
crazy.
she was decent and it wasn't that kind of adult. Like we had a good time, but we didn't have a good time,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was
yeah.
still,
There's no like poles. Yeah, yeah.
um, so it's all about like what's in your budget and what you want to do. And if you want to go and ride Slinky and like we walked on to, I swear I get on here and I forget everything that I know. Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We like walked right onto it. And
Yep.
we waited maybe 15 minutes for Slinky. We walked on to Toy Story Mania. Like that stuff.
Yeah.
All those rides have really long lines all the time. So
Yeah.
maybe if you're like me and Hollywood Studios crowds are not your jam, this is a fun way to go. It's beautiful at night. Meh. I loved, I'm just dying to talk about the stage show, Holidays in Hollywood.
Yes.
I loved it
That's
so
how
much.
we started our night. So we went to the first stage show that they had. Yeah. Start telling us.
Holidays in Hollywood. So I was just looking back at our pictures. We got into the park at like 6:15 and the event started at 7. And we had a lightning lane because we had hopped from another park. We had a lightning lane set up for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We went and did that. And then we went over to Rise and we basically walked on to Rise. And then we met up with some friends at Holidays in Hollywood, the first show at 8:00. And this was like an everything show. This was like, I think, designed for me in a lab. It was like the Muppets and Mickey and Minnie in really cute outfits and like amazing singers, amazing dancers, fun choreography, like holiday stuff. It was like Hollywood and Disney and Muppets, and I just thought it was great. And it was like 20 minutes long, so it didn't feel, I wasn't getting like itchy. I have a hard time with the shows sometimes if they're long. I'm like, what else am I need to go do things. I'm gonna miss something. And this show was great. And I would have watched it again. It's just there was so much to do that I didn't, but it was really good.
Yeah.
I loved it.
We did not get through even close to everything that they offered there, but I feel like we did good things. But that show was the highlight of the night. I would agree. The dancing was good. Belle comes out, and
Oh yeah.
the woman that was playing Belle, or friends with Belle, man, she was so good.
Yeah.
Her voice.
These performers were so talented. They really, really were. They were all fantastic.
Yeah, and they have a
I
lot.
forgot about Belle.
Yeah,
And she had her crushed velvet holiday dress on. Like
Yep.
everybody was
Yana
looking
was
good.
there. She was singing. Yeah, Kermit and Miss Piggy were kind of the stars of the show. And Kermit, like, he got down.
Yeah.
You know.
He really enjoyed himself. Yeah.
He let loose, though, I noticed when Miss Piggy was not around.
It's true. He realized the shoulders came down a little bit. Yeah. And she was looking really sharp. She had a costume change. She had a beautiful dress on, and yeah, she was lovely and fit right in with all the other talent. She's a talented gal.
Yeah, that was a really great. And so we were lining up for that, and the line was so long. I was like, we're not even going to get in there. But I swear, like Disney, the theaters are really deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
They fit. When I thought we weren't going to fit, they fit. That was just like the start of it.
Yeah.
Like there was still so much room.
Yeah.
We had that later on when we went to Epcot and did the candlelight processional, because I remember thinking like no one's going to get in past like the dining reservations, but they still did.
There was so much room.
Yeah. So much room.
Yeah, and that was nice because I feel like it then having done that as the first one, then we could go and like do the all the other things. And we had a couple other shows that we wanted to hit, but I didn't feel the pressure of like, oh, we have to make sure we make it back over there for that show because we did it and we knew it was done. And then we also did the Nightmare Before Christmas sing along. What's this show? And that was a really cool moment. Do you want to tell them about
Yes. Okay. So
that
this
show? Was
one,
like something.
well, the thing is, like, I watched it in the moment, being like, "No, what is this?" It looked
What's
like,
this?
yeah, what's this?
What's
It
this?
seemed like weird theater acting at first. Like that's where they do the Frozen sing along. So you're in that auditorium, and there's a woman and a man, and they're sleeping, and then the big Jack puppet comes out that you see during the Halloween show at the Magic Kingdom, and that was really cool. But then, like,
And the
there,
whole crowd just like
yeah,
gasped. Yeah, it was super cool. I wish I had been recording that bit. I didn't know what to expect, but the whole audience was just like, like he's stunning, and you're really close to him in that theater. And I've seen the stage show for the Halloween party where the same puppet is, but there's just like you can't compare it.
yeah, because that's like at the castle, and he comes out, and no matter where you are, you're still pretty far away.
Yeah.
But in this theater, you're super close to him, and he's just
Mhm.
massive.
Yeah.
It was
And
really
it's wild the puppeteering, like how much emotion and I felt this way. We'll talk about this another time, but the Merry Menagerie at Animal Kingdom, those
mhm.
puppeteers also, like it's incredible.
Yeah,
The
like you could
acting
feel.
that comes through. Yeah. Yeah. That was the performers were lovely, and I'm just not that much of like a that kind of theater person. So I don't mean to discount their performance, but like that puppet was worth going to that show just on its own. I think it's really hard to describe. There's like nothing like it.
Well, the thing was, the actors in the moment, I remember thinking like, I don't like this. This is really weird. And then it grew on me. I would go see that show again, including the actors. Like there was something like their goofiness, their over the top stage makeup, but like I don't know. They caught me. But for me, the star of that show is Mr. Oogie Boogie. They
Mm-hmm.
had like the puppet come out again, like that they use at the Halloween show, where he comes out and he's interacting with these people on stage, and he's singing, and the background is what, like fluorescent kind of
Yeah.
skulls and like
It was like
splashes of color.
graffiti style, like
Yes. And like,
really high contrast, like, yeah, fluorescent on black, like graffiti. It was very immersive. That was the main part.
Oh, I'm really scared. So you're the one everybody's talking about. When Mr. Oogie Boogie says there's trouble close at hand, you'd better pay attention now. I'm the boogeyman, and if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong. 'Cause this may be the last time you hear the boogie song.
So this show, they're basically showing like footage from the movie with the lyrics, and they want you to sing along to the songs. And I think the issue here
I
is
like people did.
people don't sing. Adults don't sing the same way.
Well,
Eh.
it's not the same songs. Like when you go to Frozen sing along, I do sing to that sometimes, but I feel like it's different than like Nightmare Before Christmas songs. The only one that is catchy enough for me to sing is the Mr. Oogie Boogie song.
Mhm.
The other ones, I just don't feel like they hit me the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, and a crowd of adults. I mean, and this show felt almost completely adults. I did see some kids at the event, but it was more on the rides. At this show, it was like
I
all
didn't
adults,
see
and
a ton
I
of
don't know.
kids. You know, it's Disney, and you don't really see that many kids at this event, so it really
Mhm.
does like hit adults differently. And the character meet and greets like speak to that, right? They're like characters from when we were younger.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they really are trying to get there. And we didn't go to it, but there was a bar out back by Tower of Terror,
Hmm.
and they had a singer and stuff like that I had wanted to. It's just so hard to hit everything. They have a lot of stuff
Yep.
for you to do. But those things feel very adult, like
Hmm.
it's like a swingers club.
So not that kind of adult. Swing dancing
Oh
people, not swinging clubs like that. This is Disney World.
yes.
So the characters you mentioned, it's late,
Wow, I didn't even go there. That was all you.
You said swingers club. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
whoa.
What do you
Talk
call
about
those?
Phineas and
Where
Ferb.
you swing dance? Is that not what you call them? I don't know. Is there a place that's a swingers club where you just go and find other people that do that lifestyle? I don't
You're
know.
asking the wrong gal.
You're right. Okay. Okay.
The characters were great. The longest line we waited in was for Stitch, Santa Stitch, and he was very cute. I'm gonna lodge a complaint that he was in the Olaf meet and greet spot, and I know this spot because I've met Olaf, but it's the stinking photo box. I don't want a photo box. I want a cast member. They know how to take nice pictures. And the pictures are fine. Like, we have a cute picture, but I don't like that box. It's weird.
Especially after waiting that long.
Yeah.
My goal was to get a Santa in each park, and for that one, I was going for Santa Stitch.
And he was super cute. He really was.
I did like him a lot. He was cute.
And you also saw Max?
I saw Max dressed as Powerline
Max. And we saw Phineas and Ferb. We saw Bo Peep. Duffy was there. The line for Duffy was really long. I have some friends who waited for Duffy, and they waited over an hour. And he did not start meeting before the party started, where sometimes with the characters
for Stitch
about 50, like 45.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it felt like a really long time. It looked like a short line,
right?
But the cast member was right. She's like, they spend a lot of time in there.
Yeah,
and people did.
Yeah,
they really like Santa Stitch.
Yeah,
What we didn't see was Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam.
Oh yeah, we didn't watch that, but you can watch that. We didn't because we did like all parties, but you can watch that during regular park hours. Like, I've seen that show.
Right. And that's the show on the Tower of Terror. And it has like fireworks and lasers and lights. And they have projections on the Tower of Terror during the whole time.
Yeah.
And
they're nice.
down that road.
And the Snope. Yeah. That was nice. Because I feel like the Snope at Magic Kingdom is a little bit limited to certain times. And it felt like I actually got more Snope in the two shows we got hit with Snope. So I feel like we got more Snope at Hollywood Studios than at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun because I remember the first party I went to, I think that they had Snope down Main Street all the time. Didn't they used to? Like, I felt like I remember just walking down. Maybe it was just the end of the night or something and they Snope it. I don't remember.
Yeah. But more than we had this time. And
they Snoped us during the what is this thing, right?
Yes, at the end, yeah. And during the holidays in Hollywood, there was some really aggressive Snope.
Oh, yes.
Very heavy Snope.
It was very magical.
Yeah, I love that show. Have I mentioned? Go to the show. It's really cute. It's really good.
Oh, and we made it to the Pixar Disco.
Mm-hmm. That was so fun.
Yeah, just got down.
It's my favorite. Well, I got to see my girl Sadness, and my kids, when they were looking at my pictures, they were like, my son was like, "You saw Sadness. I want to see Sadness." Because Joy meets in the parks, and they have memory of Joy. But my son, who did meet Sadness when he was little, when he was like 3, he doesn't remember it. So, and now she's not around except for special situations like this. So, and she's so cute. She was doing her little, and her little, she was so cute. Who else was in there? She eclipsed everyone. Edna was there. Frozone. Did we see Sully?
Oh, I didn't see Sully when I was
Joy
in
did
there.
end up in there because I saw her blue hair like from a
Yeah.
distance at one point, and I was like, "Oh, Joy's in there," but we had just seen her.
And
Um,
again, because it's an adult kind of party, I didn't feel bad like you're taking away something from kids because
mhm.
it really wasn't as much of a kid event.
Yeah, yeah, it
Because if
was
I
mostly
see,
adults.
usually if I see a character, I really try to limit my time because I know I'm taking
Mhm.
time with kids, so I want my picture and go. But this wasn't that. Like you didn't feel like you had to rush if you didn't want to in
Yeah.
any way.
And the dance party really was like a hangout spot. Like you could have spent as
Hmm.
much time there as you wanted. Just and the characters are just dancing with people. It's it's like a different vibe. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other character thing we passed by all of the classic characters in their holiday outfits.
Oh
Goofy,
yes.
Pluto, Daisy, Donald, like they were all lined up on that path heading into Toy Story Land.
Oh
And
right.
they had
Trying
pretty
to
long
think.
lines. They were cute, but long
They were
lines.
wicked. Yeah. Long lines.
There was a green army man wandering around, teasing people. Yeah, the character stuff was fun. There were the characters all around Echo Lake. That's where Phineas and Ferb and Max were. And lots of photo opportunities.
Which is funny. They called it on here Echo Lake Holiday Celebration. Join this throwback bash that's sure to stir up nostalgia from the 1990s and 2000s. So I think that was like meant to be like the all the photo stops along
Mhm.
the lake. But I thought when they say it like that, I thought it was going to be more like when we go to the Pixar area, like
Yes, like
the dance.
music.
Yeah, it wasn't really like that.
Yeah.
Unless I missed something, which is
Yeah.
possible because there was just a lot going on all over the park.
Because we went over there like very early before the party started and
Yeah,
then kind of right at the end. So I
yeah,
feel like
right at
maybe
the end.
we missed something over there, but I don't know. Maybe not. There were a lot of PhotoPass photographers around. We got a cool Oogie Boogie magic shot that we didn't even know
Mhm.
what the. We were
Yeah, we
so
didn't.
tired, we didn't even ask. We are just like, okay, there's not much line, just take our picture.
Yeah,
And then, like, a
barely
day
took
later,
one.
it showed up. Oh, it's Oogie Boogie. That's cool. We had no idea. And with this party, you get your photos are included in your party ticket, your
Oh,
PhotoPass
right. So
photos.
yeah, everyone's taking pictures on this one.
Yeah, and I thought that was really nice.
Hmm.
Because you can always have your picture taken by the PhotoPass photographers, even if you haven't paid for Memory Maker or PhotoPass, but they have the watermark when you go to look at them. So with this party, you get those photos without the watermark. And that just, I thought that was nice. They added that. They should add it to Very Merry.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. Just a little additional piece that doesn't like cost that much for them, really.
Yeah. And I think realistically, I don't know. I guess like the majority of people who are there at either of those events, they probably do. They probably have paid for PhotoPass or Memory Maker. Like if you're a local and you have an annual pass, they've at least when I bought my annual pass, it was just $99 to add Memory Maker to the annual
Yeah,
pass for the
same.
whole year. So if you're local and you have an annual pass, you've probably done that. And if it's your family trip or whatever, you probably have one. So I don't know. It just feels like it's a nice touch for it probably doesn't cost them a lot extra. I don't know. What do I know?
I like it.
But I would go to this event. And if you were at Walt Disney World and you have your kids, but you don't want to bring your kids, you don't have to. Leave them in the room. I'm kidding. Leave them in the room with one of the nanny services or something. And this is meant to be a reminder that like there are some great
Yeah, there's
services that if you this is a nice like adult night out. They had a lot of food stuff, like all Disney parties, like they had lots of food and little drinks that they had booths set up. And we didn't do a ton of that. We got a few items, but we sort of had a big lunch that day and skipped dinner. So the food wasn't the big thing for us, but like you could totally go there and make it your evening. And there were a lot of food places we didn't hit.
Yeah,
So
most of them. And so Jess Squared got the Gertie cookie, and she wasn't impressed. She took her picture with it, ate the head, and threw it out.
cute, but not as
Yeah,
much about
just not a good cookie in the end.
it's an Instagram cookie.
Yeah, sad. But
Gertie was looking nice, real Gertie.
Echo Lake looked beautiful, like with
Yeah.
the just lit up and the tree and the big ornaments they put in there.
Mhm.
Oh,
The floating ornaments, yeah. And
that
Gertie
was
had the
beautiful.
Santa hat and the smoke when she would. Ugh, she's just majestic. That Gertie.
Majestic.
I love her.
Gertie. And then what? The last show of the night we made for Glisten, which you really wanted to do,
Hmm.
and that's that
That was
new ice
weird.
skating show. What I want to know, as like an avid ice skater, person that loves it, what did you think?
I thought it was weird. I liked it. I
Okay.
liked it, but it was weird because the ice rink. The thing that like I when we got there, I was like, oh, this is a very small sheet of ice. Like and they put a lot of bodies on that ice,
Yes, they
and
do.
it's really hard to get power to like do things. I wasn't like a great advanced skater, but I like skating and I've watched a lot of skating over the years and I know what I'm looking at. And like, kudos to them. That was a lot of bodies on a small piece of ice. The interesting thing about this show that I didn't expect is like a couple of those folks were singing, like live singing. Like the lead host woman.
Oh yeah, she was live singing, and then the rest were lip syncing.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought maybe there was one more. They got me with really good
Maybe,
lip syncing.
but
Most
like,
of them were skaters, not singers, but like that one gal that was like the host, the kind of running the show, she was singing.
yeah, she
I
was
said she
definitely
looked like
singing.
Jennifer Tilly. She looked
Yeah,
like Jennifer Tilly. And it was fun. Their dresses were beautiful. Their dresses, the ladies had on like these very sparkly silver dresses that felt very Sabrina Carpenter to me, which was
yeah,
like on trend.
that's a
And they
great way
had
of
these
describing
weird like neon shape things that they were moving around at one point. It was like a show with skating. It wasn't like about the skating. It was about like a performance. I don't um but it was cool.
it. Yeah, they
And
still did lifts and stuff. Like the one guy that was terrible at lip syncing, he was very strong though, and he did a lot of
yes,
lifts with ladies.
yeah. Yeah, he was the strong. He was the muscle.
Yeah, he's a muscle. I just envision like them being like, "We need someone strong. Can we go over to the hockey rink and find someone?"
I think that pair I bet they're like real ice dance. I bet they ice dance together. I bet they're like a
Oh, you
pair.
think so?
Yeah. Cuz some of the lift stuff is like a little bit.
See, you would know. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't. I just know that I was watching a bunch of people dance around and fake sing.
Yeah. Some of
But I
them
still
read
like.
that way. The one dude felt like he probably was a solo skater.
Mm.
But it's hard to do, like you can't really do like a lot of rotations. Like you can't jump and do like a triple axel on a postage stamp size piece of ice. Like you just can't. I don't know, you just can't get it. But it was fun. And it wasn't hard to see. Like I've done the Sanderson sisters show at the end of the night at
Mm.
and had it be like a really tight crowd still, where this one we literally sat down, there was tons of space, you could see from a lot of spots. It just felt like very low pressure, and that's kind of how the whole night felt. It was nice.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like everything seemed really easy
Yeah.
and accessible.
Yeah.
Where I know that was one of the complaints the year before that everything had long lines, but
Yeah.
we weren't trying to get the drinks and the food. And I think, like, I know that the drink lines last year were kind of hectic, so I don't know how that played out, but I didn't see necessarily anything crazy.
Yeah. I got at the beginning of the night, I got some kind of warm chai alcoholic drink with a cinnamon stick in it, and that was good. And Jess and I shared the buffalo chicken egg rolls, and that hit the spot. The dip, there was like a jalapeno sour cream or a jalapeno ranch dip or something. That was a nice little bite.
I got a huge Powerade.
You got a Powerade. The Powerade was
Massive.
just in an open cup,
Yeah.
very portable.
No, it was terrible. I threw out most of that. It was so big. I was like, Oh, and they're like, we can't give you a top or like thing. I was like, cool, thanks. So I drank a little bit of it. Then I throw away because we had things to do.
We had to go ride Slinky at night. It's the best way to ride Slinky.
Yeah. And yeah, I had never rode Slinky at night. I loved it. Loved it.
It's my favorite. It's so pretty.
It is so pretty. I wish I took a video of that one now because it was just, it's such a different experience at night.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Hollywood Studios has the largest swing for me from like, excuse me, when it's like 1 p.m. and it's hot and crowded and sunny in that park. I kind of hate it. Like I just briefly hate it. And then at night when it's like a tolerable temperature and all those lights are out, and even if it's not actually less crowded, it feels less crowded because it's dark. It's just like a little more subdued. The lights in that park are really pretty. Like Galaxy's Edge, beautiful at night, any time of year. Toy Story Land, beautiful at night, any time of year. They have all those Christmas lights up all year long because that's the theming. And is it Grand Boulevard? I should know this. The main drag, like when you're with the Chinese theater at the end.
Yes.
It just was so pretty. I did a little click my heels move, and I'm not that bad.
You did. Oh, if I can find the video, I'm putting it in here.
I should have. I did it. It's a pretty place. You should go.
I was impressed with that. And they did give us a present on the way out.
Yes. And I had forgotten about it, so it was like extra when I got it. I was like, oh yeah, I got a present. They gave us a little box. I wish I had it. It's in the other room. They gave us a little box of champagne marshmallows, and on the box are Kermit and Miss Piggy and their holiday, and it says Jollywood Nights, and it's really cute. And I have not tried one yet, but it says it's non-alcoholic.
I kind of wish they gave us an ornament.
Yeah.
They could keep it forever.
Yeah.
Because you can't really keep this forever.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to eat them soon.
We'll have to print a photo on an ornament.
And there we go.
Hang it to never forget that.
Box into an ornament after I eat my marshmallows.
There you go.
Done.
Yep.
Here you go. Boom.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So I feel like we had a blast. Jollywood Nights is a success, and I would definitely do it again.
Mm-hmm. Same. I thought it was super fun.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have something new. I will talk about Very Merry another time, but I've been to that party. It's been since 2018, but I have been. And this one was brand new. Mm-hmm. So it was fun.
Yeah, to do something different.
To do something totally different and different than the other party. It wasn't like Very Merry in Hollywood Studios. It was definitely its own thing with its own kind of style and its own kind of like culture around what people wore. It was super fun.
Yeah. And like just less people. It felt like less people. It might be the same capacity. I don't know, but it feels like less.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, I loved it. But if you want to know more, we're going to be talking more about our recent trip on future episodes. So you can follow us on YouTube, on our podcast, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We do it all. Just all at Mouse Ears and magicalchats.com. And of course, we have our website. And if you want to book a trip with Jess or Jenny, you can get on there. Mm-hmm. And
I'm going to perfect that.
I feel like you can do that. But yours is on this side for me.
Oh, it's mirrored?
Yeah. So I don't know what you're in.
I'm better at helping you plan your trip than I am at pointing at my name on the screen. I promise.
She planned this entire trip for me and her and Jess squared, and it went off without a hit. We had
a lot of magic.
We did have a lot of magic on this one. Like, I thought it was really good.
It was a good trip.
Yeah. So if you want Jess to sprinkle some magic, get a hold of her. Same thing. It's mouseearsmagicalchats@gmail.com, and we can get you to Jess.
And come back and check out, we'll talk about our experience at Candlelight Processional at Epcot and the Festival of the Holidays, which we totally did the festival, just did a
Yeah, La
festival.
Befana.
We met La Befana. I drank the drinks. And our very Merry Christmas party experience. And I got a shout out 2 times. People stopped me while I was wearing ears made by this gal, and I got to give him a card, and it felt really fun.
Yeah.
You like my ears? Thanks. Not these. These are Disney. I had to wear my sequins in honor of.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have those same ones. They were like the first ears I ever got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like owning black leggings. You kind of have to have these as like your
like they're your starter
basics.
ears.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've moved on to stylish ears. Oh.
Yeah, we had fun holiday ears. You should splice in some holiday ear shots. We had some good ones. They were fun.
Yeah, Jess got a great one where she's like, well, we were all sitting there waiting for the parade freezing.
They're like, what are you doing?
So
the photo photographer told me to do that, and I didn't understand, but I did it.
Oh, that reminds me. Before we go, I wanted to get your opinion, your hot take. So we had heard Tally was taken out of the parade, but as of today, I heard that Disney said it was just a scheduling conflict and he will be back. But I wanted to get your hot take on what you thought about this whole situation, that people were like calling his real name out and things like that.
Okay, they should not be calling out this cast member's name. Like, that's not okay. Also, when I am at Walt Disney World, Tally is Tally. Tally's real name is Tally. Minnie's real name is Minnie. Belle's real name is Belle. Like, there is no, I am in it. And I get really mad at anything that goes on that takes me out of the story. I want to be fully immersed. And like, when we saw that parade and I saw Tally come in, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Tally. Like how my kids feel when it's like, there's Santa. Like I was pumped to get to see Tally, and I don't want other people to ruin that. No. Also, that performer was doing a great job, is doing a great job, and it made a lot of people happy. And I hope that they are safe and Disney lets them do their thing, because there are still a couple more weeks.
I know, and people want to see Tally because you know what I heard? Jessica is naughty.
Naughty. She's naughty.
But you have time.
But you have time. That was so good. So good.
All right. Well, we're out of time. So we'll see you next time. Bye.